You guys are about to discover one of the most quintessential areas in Colorado Springs, where modern amenities, convenient location, higher education, and open spaces all kind of converge to create this insanely awesome area smack in the middle of town. Welcome to the Northeast Colorado Springs Neighborhood Tour. Now, I know what you're thinking. How is the northeast side of town in a convenient location? Well, if you look on a map, it's actually located between I-25 on the west side, Powers Boulevard on the east, Woodman on the north, and then Austin Bluffs on the south. And it's also in our relocation guide, so you should definitely reach out to us about that. In today's video, Sam is going to take you through the UCCS campus and kind of the surrounding area, and then I'm going to pop over to the Vista Grande neighborhood, which is one of the most affordable neighborhoods in all of Northeast Colorado Springs. And then Kyle is going to ride on the back of his truck for the first time and take you through the University Park neighborhood, which is a beautiful neighborhood out here. And then he's going to pop over to a new build community in town. Then Sam and Chris are going to take you through a quintessential Northeast Colorado Springs neighborhood. And you're definitely gonna stick around to the end because Sam is going to take us through a beautifully remodeled house right here in Northeast Colorado Springs. All right, so we are actually standing in Austin Bluffs open space. Now, I mentioned earlier that this part of town has access to multiple open spaces. Austin Bluffs is just one of them. Just to the south side of Austin Bluffs is actually gonna be Pulpit Rock, which has one of the most spectacular views of Colorado Springs, Pikes Peak, the whole Front Range in all of town. And then you also have access to the north side of Palmer Park, which you can find in our East Side neighborhood tour. So you definitely want to check that out in our neighborhood tour playlist.
We are here at UCCS now, just on the kind of west side of where Francis was, west side of Pulpit Rock Park, right here at the Entz Center for the Arts. So this is a really cool area of campus because you've got so much going on down here. I actually went to school here back in the day, didn't finish my degree here, whoops. But none of this area existed like 10 years ago. There's been a massive amount of development down here. And so, like I said, you got the Center for the Arts, really cool visual and performing arts center. You've kind of got the sports complex all around you. So the softball field, brand new, beautiful baseball field over here, a massive field house over here, all underneath the setting of Pulpit Rocks. Check this out, Kemper. I mean, this is a beautiful campus over here. I mean, one of the most beautiful places that I've ever gone to school, I guess. I did go to 2 different colleges. So really, really cool little staple here in town. The other thing I love about it is so centrally located. So right across the street from us, you've got the University Village Shopping Center. I pretty much live over there because right there, that's where your Costco is, right? Spend so much time there and so much money. It's ridiculous. We all do. It's Costco. Let's be honest. Couple of neighborhoods to note in the area. So you've got one neighborhood over here, and my mind is totally blanking on what the name of the neighborhood is, but this is a really cool little neighborhood right here in the UCCS area, again, right under the setting of the bluffs around Pulpit Rock. And then right across the street, right across Austin Bluffs / Garden of the Gods right there, you've got the Cragmore neighborhood. I used to live in that neighborhood. Love that little area over there. A bunch of 60s and 70s builds, kind of all in that anywhere from 300 to 500 range, depending on what you're buying. So really, really cool little area of town. And like I said, you got UCCS right here. So if you got kids looking at going to college and you're looking at making the move here, this can be a fantastic option. It's no Harvard. Niche gives it a B-, but it is a great school. They've got everything from undergraduate to graduate, even non-graduate students, 800 faculty members. So they are expanding big time from the commuter campus they were to being a full-on 4-year and beyond university that kind of anchors the city right here. So let's go ahead, kick it back over to Francis. He's going to take you on a driving tour. Let's go.
Okay, so we are rolling through the Vista Grande neighborhood out here on the northeast side of Colorado Springs. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this is one of the most affordable areas in northeast Colorado Springs. In this particular pocket, we're right here off of Flint Ridge and Academy. There's a lot of homes that are selling in that low 400 price range. In fact, yesterday I even saw one in that high threes. It was listed for $380. So you're definitely going to be able to find something that's, if you're trying to save money, maybe you just have a little bit smaller budget. This is a great part of town to look at. Now, as we kind of get back further into the Vista Grande neighborhood, you're going to start to see that price point go up. There's homes listed in the 600s, 700s, 800s even. So you do have a good variety, but you do have that really median, low median price point here in Vista Grande. A lot of these homes in this particular neighborhood were built in the 60s and 70s. So you're gonna have a lot of split level homes, a lot of tri-levels. There are a few ranchers here, so just that main level living with a basement. Most of the time, these houses out here are going to have a full basement. There is no HOA over here too, which is really nice. If let's say you have a camper and you just want to park it in your driveway or something, that's something you want to consider. A lot of times when you're living in these covenant protected communities, they really want to keep appearances up, so they don't allow things like campers. Maybe you have a boat, things of that sort. So we're turning here off of Flint Ridge and Miranda. Now, these are going to be those higher priced homes. They're on a lot bigger lots, so you've got a lot more space in between you and your neighbors. You can kind of see around me, there's huge evergreens throughout the neighborhood, lots of mature trees, exceptional views out here. You are perched up more on a hill, so you do have a little bit better vantage point than you do kind of in the lower side of the Vista Grande neighborhood. Conveniently located right next to the middle school and the high school out here, which, like I said earlier, is District 11. I'm sure you've heard us talk a bunch about District 11. It is the largest school district here in Colorado Springs. And if you are looking for a little bit more information on the schools, we are going to be having a video coming out in the next several months doing a real deep dive on the school system here, school choice, different varieties of schools. So definitely be on the lookout for that in the future. So now we are going to take it over to Kyle. I think he is actually getting coffee right now. So we're gonna go see what he's up to and see what he's got to show us around on the northeast side of Colorado Springs. Real quick, this is Living in Colorado Springs, where we talk about everything, where to eat, sleep, work, play, and live in, you guessed it, Colorado Springs. So if you've been tuning in for a while, thanks for coming back. And if you are new here, welcome. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos we've got. We've got some awesome plans for this coming year. Also, if you could, share this with somebody that you think it might help. We love meeting with people coming in from out of state. Maybe they're moving back to Colorado Springs. We love working with our out-of-state buyers. So without further ado, let's continue. So just north of the Vista Grande neighborhood, you've got pretty much everything under the sun. Right next to us, you have the Epic Mountain Gear store for all of your outdoor needs. You got snowboards, mountain bikes, pretty much everything you could need. You got Hold Fast Coffee right here, which actually roasts coffee beans for many coffee shops around Colorado Springs. You got Safeway. There's a little Indian buffet right down the street over here too, but we're gonna go inside and grab some coffee. What are you doing here, bro?
You know what I'm doing here. I'm drinking coffee. Sorry, Mom. I'm not drinking coffee. I'm certainly not.
Oh, man.
How's it been going?
It's been going good, man. We just went to Vista Grande, and where are you taking them to next?
So right now we're at Hold Fast Coffee. Hold fast, hold steady.
Hold fast.
Hold fast and steady, which is actually okay, so you're going to get a lot of firsts for me today, and this is all going to be very genuine. This is my first time at Hold Fast Coffee. This is going to be my first time going and seeing University Park. We're going to do a driving tour through there. I'm usually the one driving the truck, so today I'm going to risk my life for you. And I'm going to sit on the back of the truck. And we're going to drive through University Village. Thank you so much. You're the man. And then we're also going to go check out some homes over at, they're by David Weekley. They're called the Trails at Creekside. And these are up off of Woodman. So It's going to be a lot of firsts, a lot of really kind of unique spots around here. So, but first, I'm going to drink my coffee and eat my breakfast tacos.
Okay, unlike these other psychopaths, I have a seatbelt on. So give me a second, because I'm going to strap down. All right. Now I'm safe. This is terrifying. This is why I drive. Also, I drive because my hair's too long. All right. Welcome to University Park. This place is awesome. As you saw at the entrance, they're very serious about this. It says University Park, a covenanted community. Also a coveted community. But I feel like if you go on Zillow, everybody says that their neighborhood is coveted. Whether they are or not, I don't know. But this is really typical of what you're gonna see. So right up here, we've got the villas. Now the villas, they have unbelievable views. So what you're to cage your eyes, you'll see some drone footage of this, but everything over there is giant open space. And it's gorgeous. I mean, so beautiful. Just rolling hills, trees, rocks, unbelievable freaking crazy views of Pikes Peak. It's really spectacular. So as we get up here, now you've got like the real single family homes. And because it's a covenant community, everything looks the same. There's obviously an HOA up in this community, which a lot of people these days are really kind of like anti-HOA, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm not that anti. I just know that there are some that are like really, really strict and kind of annoying. But here you can see as we drive through, everything is really clean, really, really cohesive. But every house is still super unique. Like it doesn't feel ultra cookie cutter. Now, what are you seeing? You're noticing the same things that I'm noticing. By the way, this is my first time driving through like most of this community, but they have brown stucco exteriors, kind of like that Pueblo look. But you'll notice like they've got a lot of like the Southwestern tile looking roofs, Pueblo looking stucco, different tints of brown. A lot of them there'll be like brick on the bottom, stucco on the top. You've got the red kind of tile tops up here. But even still, it's like every house still feels really unique and still really beautiful. I like it a lot. Now, you're obviously wondering, well, Kyle, how much do these things cost? And it really kind of depends. There are some active listings right here, and what's sold in the last 6 months is you've really got everything from like the $700,000 range. It really just kind of depends. Are you sitting on one of these overlooking ones that goes down into those open spaces? Well, those are going to be pushing 900,000, maybe $1 million. I know that there's one that we're about to pass that's kind of in the 1.1, 1.2 range. But you also see a lot kind of in the more like interior in the $600,000 and $700,000 range. It's not totally unheard of. Something else that I really, really love about this neighborhood, which is pretty evident, but I'm gonna say it anyway, is like, look at these trees. The trees everywhere are kind of like what I consider old growth, really, really mature trees. It's not like, as you move east through town, you get to some neighborhoods where you're like, oh, that tree's like 5 years old. There's a lot of big trees that are just naturally here. And then maybe some that were added for landscaping purposes, but it just has this like very quiet feel to the neighborhood. Okay, so you've gotten a really good feel for like what's here in University Park, but now you're gonna need to see this next section because there are new builds here in the center of town, which honestly surprises a lot of people because these were built like in the 2000s. But what about new builds with those kinds of incentives? Well, we're gonna go check those out. And I think you're gonna be surprised at first of all, the price points, second of all, the location, but additionally, just like some of the challenges that builders are gonna have to overcome in areas like this. But I went and saw one of them earlier, but I'm really excited because it's really kind of my first time in that neighborhood. So let's go check those out. But I'm gonna get in the truck. Oh God! Ah! We are here now. We teleported super fast. over here at Trailside at Cottonwood Creek. This is legitimately, it is just like a giant little cul-de-sac, giant little, and this is a whole new build community by David Weekley. So it's an interesting community because, like I said earlier, it's like we're dead center in the middle of town. In fact, we're right off of Woodman. Woodman is, I'm not even an athlete. I could probably throw a rock and hit Woodman. So you can see they're trying to like take up and use the space as best they can. So all these houses are on pretty not super wide lots. They're really kind of like right next to each other, but inside, like, the sound deadening is very, very good. They're very quiet inside. Even the ones we're gonna go into first, the ones that are on the north side. But the namesake is the second one that we're gonna go through. We're just gonna walk you through because we want you to see what these look like and kind of the challenge of building in the middle of town. But I think you're gonna be surprised about model number 2. But let's go into this first one, check it out, and see how David Weekley is doing with design and the status and just like the overall feel of the house.
For those of you that have never been in a new build, when you go into a model home, it's always like office space right here. This is what becomes then the garage. And the pro for that is that you're gonna have a garage that's actually finished out, which is unlike 90% of garages. They have a cool little flex space right here. Can be an office, can be a room, can be a studio, can be whatever the heck you want it to be. But let's go upstairs to the main floor. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty sick. So this is a pretty cool, okay, so first thing that I noticed, because I was thinking it on the way up, is I wanted to know, is it loud as heck out from the noise from Woodman? Because Woodman, if you're not from here, Woodman is a super busy road. It is one of the main, why am I so tired? It's because I ran down the street for no reason. So Woodman is like a main artery that crosses through town, east to west. And you've got tons of, there's not a window right there. There's tons of car dealerships up and down that road, like REI, Home Depot. There's a ton that are just right off of Woodman. So it's a really, really busy, great access, and that's what you really get right here. But the kitchen, this space, this whole living space looks really amazing. This big old farm sink, giant island. We'll call this one Greenland because the Hawaiian Islands were in the last house that we were at. And then it just kind of flows. Like, I think the design choices are really, really kind of awesome. And it's got a really good vibe. Now, the windows, it's interesting. I'm noticing that because the views out that side are not that great because it's the main road, that really your big windows are over here because that is where Creekside, oh look, our drone, there it goes. That's where the Creekside is. But I think this is really beautiful. Nice little like reading nook over here, big gas fireplace, really nice luxury kitchen. Let's go upstairs. Good size master, nice tall ceilings, beautiful fixtures. Again, when you go into a model home, you'll see this a lot, not this particular background, but you will see these kinds of like design features in masters. And like, even if we were to look in the other bedrooms, like the walls are painted. That's not a feature that you can get from the builder per se. It's just something that they do for the model home to obviously make it look extra better. And then, okay, this master bathroom is kind of sweet. So pretty standard little dual vanity, but this shower with this big old rainfall shower head, these are the best. You've had a long day and it's just like, there's almost nothing as relaxing as that. No tub, but big built-ins, nice wood shelving. Yeah, this is awesome. So on this price point, so like I said, on this side of the street versus that side of the street, there's a couple extra little benefits, and you're gonna have to tell whether you think it's worth the price gap. But the ones over on this side of the street, facing Woodman, are in the upper 5s and low 6s. Obviously it's a range because it depends on what kind of finishes you do. But now let's go across the street and we're gonna go take a look at this one, which is the other model. And you're gonna see some design features over there that, like, it doesn't matter what you do here, you're not gonna have. And one of them is like a walkout basement. That is a huge value add, especially in a community like this. So without further ado, let's go across the street, take a look at the other model home. Let us see. Welcome to my lair. Come on in. Okay, so immediate change, right? Is you come in on street level and you've got stairs that go, you know what, let's just start down there since this was the feature that I mentioned in the other home. Major difference, right when you come in, is that you have a full walkout basement. And honestly, actually, whoever does their design is really good. Like, look at this. I love the photos. Look at this giant canvas. Sorry, that has nothing to do with the house, but I just love good design. So this is, they don't have a wet bar down here, which I find actually surprising. But why are walkouts so valuable is because what you can do with them. This can become an Airbnb. This can become, you know, like you can house hack or like have somebody live in the house with you. They pay rent and you never see them. But it really kind of only works, well, depending on your personal preference. The reason I'd like having a wet bar and like a little mini kitchenette down here is because then you can actually like keep them separate from your living area. But what's cool about this, man, this is a huge door, is that they can have their own separate entrance. But let's say that you don't do that and you just live here by your lonesome. Should have unlocked this earlier. This is like the lot premium for this side versus the north side is because of this. But you've got this trail and you can see it, there's a bridge out there and there's people out there walking their dogs and hanging out. I mean, this is really pretty spectacular for the center of town. I think that it was clever, but why the high price point? Well, I was actually talking to the VP of David Weekley a little bit earlier this morning. And one of the things that he was saying that people just don't consider is, sure, back in 2015, let me close this up. Back in 2015, or you know, before that, it's like you could buy a lot for, not this lot, but a lot in general for $80,000, where now that lot might be $150,000. And the cost of materials has gone up and wages have gone up. So it's just like the overall total cost has gone up. And now you're talking about a lot in the middle of town. Most building, as you've seen in our other videos, is happening on like the east side of town, right? Like on the outskirts. This is dead center in the middle of town. So it's gonna come with a cost, but man, the access and the amenities. Anyway, let's go look at the main level. So we haven't talked price on this one. And I'm gonna let you know, I don't know, I still think you have to tell me your opinion, you know, not being a real estate professional, what your opinion is on the difference. But this one also has a full-size deck right out back. I'm not gonna go through the pain of opening this up. They've got huge windows. So again, this is like the main living area. It's beautiful kitchen, another giant island with your big pantry back here. Gas fireplace. This one doesn't have a fireplace. Actually, that's really surprising and kind of sad in my opinion. Gas range, that's what I was trying to say. I like this paneled wall. Again, man, whoever does their design, kudos to you. If you see this, call me because I need your help. And again, the name of the game here is Creekside and Views, because that's what you get here. These windows, I love how huge these windows are. Okay, let's go upstairs. So, full bath over here. Good design features. It's a bathroom. Couple bedrooms, right? So they're good sized bedrooms. They're not huge. Nice walk-in closets. So 1 and 2 here. Yeah, both have walk-in closets. They're nice. Okay, let's go see the master suite. Again, nice big windows. Generous sized room. Ooh, okay, big fan of this. You've got this beautiful window. Now I'm not gonna sit all the way down there, but, well, yeah, because if you're sitting down, I can kind of see the top of Pikes Peak, so it's kind of fun. I like the way that they do their closets. They're really nice. Big wood shelves. They did it right. I've seen a lot of people skimp on models. Let's go back down into the kitchen area. I'm gonna grab a drink and I'll tell you what this puppy costs. So, here we are. What does it cost? So this thing, as you saw, it doesn't feel super huge. It is. This one's 3-bed, so it's right around that 2,300 square foot. This particular model can be up to 2,600 square foot because you can have 4 bedrooms. It's got a finished basement, walkout, an incredible lot, a deck. One right down the way actually has another deck that's right off the master, so it's like triple layer off the back side. But these ones are gonna be in the 700s. And that might sound crazy to you. It sounds crazy. Now they do have some financing right now, some special financing. Right now, it's at 4.99, which is pretty dope. Makes it a little bit more affordable. They're still building, they're still breaking ground on some of them, so you can still do dirt start. And they do have some that are already move-in ready. But again, I mean, the one across the street, right, the first one that we were in is like that high 5s, low 6s. So when you add in the views, where you are, it's a new build. But it's crazy because like right across the creek there, those ones are 30 years old, right? So just to get a new build in this part of town, it's so rare. And that's really where like your major value add. And David Weekley, by the way, is a great builder. Like they do great work, good craftsmanship. They don't do huge amounts. And so like, I think their quality control is a little bit better. So drop it in the comments. Do you think this is $700,000 or do you think that that's outrageous? And if you do think it's value added, then give me a call and we can get it set up for you. But so if this price point is something that's interesting to you, but maybe you want a little bit bigger lot, Sam found a really killer neighborhood that I'm actually not even that familiar with either, that we're gonna go check out. And it's actually on like a half acre right in the center of town. And from the pictures, it looks like they did like a total remodel to it. It looks really beautiful.
So we're gonna take a look at another house. We're gonna do a quick little home tour. But before we do that, I wanted to kind of take you guys on a real quick driving tour through the neighborhood that we're gonna see that house in. It's a unique spot in town. So it's Peak Vista Estates. It's not really an official, I don't know if that's the official name of the neighborhood. It's a section in town that it's very centrally located. It's one of these really cool pockets. I don't know if you guys watched the video, our East Side neighborhood tour, we talked about an area off of Constitution where it was kind of these larger horse acreage type properties almost in the middle of town. Peak Vista Estates is very similar to that. They're not quite as large of a lot, but they're larger half acre plus lots. But again, like right in the middle of town, like you'll probably see as we're driving around, we're next to what I would call kind of an industrial area. There's like all equipment rental services right there. There's just a bunch of stuff that's kind of more commercial and businessy that's right on the edge of this community. And then you'll get a feel for, as we're driving around, like we're up top, we're on this, not really a mesa, but just kind of a hilltop. And there's some amazing views up here. There's a ton of homes, a ton of lots that have unobstructed Pikes Peak views. Now these homes, what you also see as we drive around is some of these homes are pretty old. I mean, almost everything in here I would say is 60s built, probably kind of mid to late 60s, but a lot of them have been remodeled. So right now the neighborhood is a mix of homes that are kind of could use a little bit of TLC. They're getting a little bit rougher, kind of original, no updating at all. And then it goes all the way on the flip side to homes that have been totally renovated, look wonderful inside, new landscaping. I mean, they look like gorgeous properties. And because of that, you see a wide range of price points in here as well. So the home that Sam and I are going to take you guys through, freshly remodeled, brand new remodel, all new on the inside, new fresh paint on the outside, amazing Pikes Peak views, priced at, if I remember correctly, $715,000. So $715,000, maybe even up to close to $900,000. You might find some stuff in here under $1 million. I don't think you'll see anything in Peak Vista Estates that's 7 figures, not that I can think of off the top of my head that I've seen. But you will see a wide variation of stuff from maybe like mid to high, maybe even low 5s if it needs a lot of work. So a house that's original, probably 500,000, something that's fully updated, probably about 700,000. Most of the homes in here, they're not huge homes. We're not in an area where it's gonna be 6,000 square feet, you know, kind of these palatial estates, that kind of thing. Most things in here are gonna be a little bit smaller. You gotta think about the time things were built. You know, like I said, in the 60s, most homes are kind of that 2,000-ish square feet, maybe I'd say like 1,800 to 2,500. I bet that's kind of the sweet spot of homes as you look around in here. Now, there are some houses, we're actually driving by a couple right now, one that I was specifically thinking of, where they scraped a lot and they built a brand new house on it. And it's kind of modern looking, super trendy, ton of garage space. It's a pretty sweet house, and it's got amazing Pikes Peak views out the back of it as well. So you do see some homes in here where people have scraped the lots and built a brand new house. It's not super common in here, but you will see some of those as well. But again, most of them 60s built, and then they vary between freshly remodeled all the way down to hasn't been touched since the thing was built. All right, so we're gonna do the home tour now. Sam should hopefully be here and have the house unlocked for us. This is 4668 Garnet Drive. It is available for sale right now. Shay Dominguez, great agent here in town, has it listed for sale. Said we could give you guys a little tour of it. Like I said, this house right here, been fully remodeled. You're gonna see it inside, so let's check it out right now. Sam, how's it looking, man?
Looks gorgeous today,
Not
man.
too shabby?
Yeah, the Pikes Peak views up here are incredible. Come on in.
All right, nice, man. All right, so obviously inside the home here on Garnet Drive. So this one fully remodeled, but the first thing that we gotta have you guys check out, and like I mentioned with Peak Vista Estates, this is a big feature, is check out where Sam's at on the, I would call it the front / back porch.
Oh yeah.
But the views, what are they looking like?
Dude, the views are incredible. Come on out here. Views out here are wild. Like perfect front range views.
It's like framed perfect
Yeah.
in the backyard.
I mean, dude, isn't it wild you can find this stuff in the middle of town?
I know, that's what we were talking about when we were kind of going through the neighborhood. It's like these big, like half-acre plus lots in the middle of town. I mean, you're literally 5 minutes from everything.
Oh yeah, like everything right there on Austin Bluffs and Oro Blanco, like all that shopping. Austin Bluffs and Academy is right there, 5 minutes away from UCCS. A few minutes from the interstate. Like it's wild, man. Half an acre right here in the middle of town. Beautiful remodeled home. You got crazy amounts of deck space out here.
Huge deck, man.
I don't know how much this is, but I would guess it's got to be close to 500, 600, 700 square feet of deck space.
It's a big range, man. That's a big range.
It is.
It's a lot of deck space. That's what it is.
It is a lot of deck space, right? And like Chris said, half an acre right here in the middle of town.
I think on the remodel side, though, honestly, this is a good looking house, man.
This is a good looking house. This, to me, is a well done remodel. Like, you've got this whole entertainment setup here with fireplace in the wall, and then these custom cabinets on the sides here, a fully redone kitchen. So you have like all your main living space up here, because sometimes you walk in these split levels and you're like, what the heck were you thinking?
And I guarantee when this house was built in 1968, 9, something like that, I guarantee there were about 2 or 3 extra walls up here. So they've done a good job of opening it up. And then haven't seen all of it yet, but I'm guessing probably got master and 1 other bedroom on the upper level. That's pretty normal.
So fully updated hallway bath here.
Nice, yeah.
And I like the selections they made, man. They did really good. Here's the other thing I love in this house, because you get into some of those 60s homes and you're like, what the heck is going on with the walls in here? Like this hand trowel.
Yeah, they did do fresh hand trowel on the ceilings and on the walls,
Like
those
everything's been retextured. And then you step into the primary. You got a full ensuite here, which is super nice to have.
Yeah, and I like this a lot,
Shower, toilet, sink combo, dual sink combo. Super nice, like all the storage space you can have in here. A legit full walk-in closet, because I mean, that's the biggest complaint that we get in these homes, right? Is
older homes, right?
All the bedrooms are too small, whatever. Like, you got plenty of space in here for a king-size bed, a full walk-in closet, a little bit of like closed storage furniture, all that stuff.
No, this feels good. And this is like stuff that we always look for, because we nerd out on this stuff all the time, because it's what we do every day. This not only it looks aesthetically good, but you can tell the quality of craftsmanship. A lot of these, I don't really like the term fix and flip too much, but a house that has been bought and fixed up and then resold, as this one appears to be, just the quality of craftsmanship with the trim work and cabinetry, everything looks like it's pretty solid. So a lot of these, you know, it's kind of, you hear the term, it's lipstick on a pig, right? But I don't think that's what this is. This looks like it was done right.
No, they did this right. I mean, you can see the floors in here too. I love the floors. It's a real wood. And that kind of transitions down here into your separate living area.
Oh yeah. This is nice, man. This is a big second family room down here. Big second family room.
So you got plenty of entertainment space. And then again, like the hand troweled finish on this fireplace down here.
Now see, now this, I don't know, I'm gonna say negative thing.
Not a fan?
I bet this was probably brick originally. I'm 99.9% sure it was brick originally. So I would have rather seen kind of like a white German schmear style on it versus just stuccoed over and painted, but
I don't mind this stuff.
You know, okay,
I don't mind this
Sammy
style.
stamp of approval.
Sammy stamp of
All right.
Wow, dude, that's got to get trademarked.
That's right. Yeah.
Sammy stamp. I think this is just mech closet here.
Yeah.
Right? Yep. Mech closet, a little bit of storage.
Something else with this house and with Peak Vista Estates, you kind of see a mix of this, but this house it's going to be on well and septic. So again, right in the middle of town, but you actually have a septic tank, septic system, and then you're on a well as well. So some of the houses in here are hooked up to CSU, Colorado Springs Utilities. Some are not. This one happens to be one that's not. Pros and cons to both. So
I mean, overall, this is a great home, great value. Did you talk about price yet?
I think I mentioned it's listed at $715,000. I haven't run a bunch of comps, but it feels about right. Maybe a smooch high, maybe, but pretty darn close for the quality remodel that they did. So again, this is on Garnet Drive. We're in Peak Vista Estates. $715,000 is the price, and this home was just under 2,200 square feet, 4-bed, 3-bath. So just a good representation of one of the neighborhoods that you'll find in the northeast part of Colorado Springs. I know we've checked out some other ones today, but hopefully it's given you a good idea on just another option that you might have. Not a lot comes up for sale in here, but when you find an option in here, they're usually pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it. Like Chris mentioned, half an acre in the middle of town. Great value here. It's pretty dang cool you can find stuff like this in the middle of town, but we got more for you. Let's go jump over to Cottonwood Park and meet Francis.
We are at Cottonwood Creek Park. This is really an anchor park here in northeast Colorado Springs. I mean, it is absolutely huge.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So obviously you've got a pretty awesome playground right behind me. You've got baseball fields. There's an inline hockey rink up there, basketball courts, and a huge field. Great place to take the dogs and just, you know, play fetch, just have a nice little picnic. You've also got the Cottonwood Creek Rec Center up there. You got an indoor pool. There's a weight room in there too. So you've got pretty much everything you could possibly need right here in the middle of northeast Colorado Springs. So that's pretty much it, you guys. You've gotten to see University Park, some new builds, Vista Grande neighborhood. You got to see that coffee shop. There's a bunch of shops there on Academy. So hopefully this gave you a really good feel for what northeast Colorado Springs is like. So really the only question left is northeast Colorado Springs for you? Thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace.